Hi there, readers and writers. Welcome back. We're going to get moving forward with our week and move to lesson 36. This will be a close reading lesson where we will not reread the entire article. Like yesterday, you read just one segment. Today, we're going to read two little segments of the article for this week. Our guiding questions continue to be, how is the adolescent brain changing? And how can I make an informed decision about an issue like screen time and then effectively argue my position? Also, as we look through the lens this week of our article, the second guiding question around this idea, how can I make an informed decision about an issue like fake news and then effectively argue my position? So our article this week is about really using more critical thinking skills before we share news in social media. So the materials that you'll need today will be your lesson 36 along with the note catcher. You'll need the article, and you'll find all of those materials in your digital learning packet that's been printed. You'll also need a pencil. So gather those things. You can pause the video if you need to, and then we'll get started. All right. Today, we only have one learning target, and it is I can determine the main idea and supporting details of a text. Our text is known. More people are using critical thinking skills before sharing news. But the two sections that you're going to look at today are both on page 2 of that article. You'll see one under the heading that's called University Research Sees Political Awareness, and the last section is called Fact Check, Then Share. I'm going to have you pause the video and go do that reading, just those two sections. It's going to take you less than 10 minutes, maybe more than 5 minutes. And as you read, think about how much you trust the news to really inform you or be fair about their reporting. Do you think that the news can be trusted? Consider how young people check the facts of news stories, whether that's about sports news or political news or local news. Can you trust the news, and do you check the facts? So be thinking about, how do young people like you view the use of social media for news? So even on my phone, there are certain apps that I've downloaded, and they ping me when there's news updates, like things I should know, ESPN and what have you. So I want you to think about that as you are reading the two sections. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video here and maybe take 5 to 10 minutes, read those two sections, and then come on back and we will actually do our lesson of the day. All right, so you have read those two sections on Monday. I did a read aloud. You might have paused that and read it yourself. And then you read one smaller section yesterday and these two again today. So I'd like you to think about having a quick conversation with someone around your learning environment. And remember that being an informed teenager actually is important. You can only advocate for yourself and those around you, your family, your friends, if you are informed about what's happening in the world and how it affects you. So that might seem like something's a really ridiculous request as a 7th grader, but we need to be paying attention to how our communities are being affected by decisions that are made. So having a conversation addressing the following 3 questions. Do you feel that you are a politically active teenager? Like, do you know what's going on? It's a presidential election year, for example. Does social media make you more knowledgeable about the world around you? So if you're using a cell phone or you're trending any social media, does that make you more knowledgeable? And how can you fact check and then share news? So you can pause the video and have that conversation. And when you come back, we're actually going to move into the note catcher today. I'll see you in a minute. All right, fantastic. You know, our note catcher number 36 only has 4 sections to it. And you're going to record your notes from each of these little areas. And you want to find evidence that will support your assignment here. So the first question on the note catcher says, what did the survey by the University of Wisconsin-Madison in 2014 conclude? Like at the end of it, what did they say? And you're just going to hold your note there. So you want to find that place, University of Wisconsin-Madison. You want to read everything below and above it, before it, and after it, and try to find what was the conclusion of that study. The second question is, what did the survey by the Barna Group determine about the top reason given by Americans for the fake news phenomenon? So find the part of the reading that addresses the Barna Group and what people say about fake news as a phenomenon. Then the third box asks, why are young people critical of President Trump's use of Twitter? And so this is just one piece of evidence, one article. I'm not sure everyone is critical of President Trump's use of Twitter, but in this article, they did cite some young people and their opinions from a survey. So you can easily find that, drop that in. And then what is the main idea of these 2 sections of the article? So taking a stab at the research and the idea of fact checking and just writing a statement. This is going to take you about 10 or 12 minutes. So you can pause the video here, go fill in those 4 sections using the article itself, and I will be waiting for you when you come back. So you can pause now and we'll finish up when you come back. Thanks. All right. So what I'm going to have you do here is make sure that you share with someone a little bit of what we did today about why social media, fact checking, and being informed is so important. And after you complete your assignment, remember to read another book, something for your own pleasure, for maybe about 20 minutes, and practice reading the text, the actual article itself, with fluency and expression at least 2 times. And I appreciate your efforts as always. I look forward to our next lesson. We'll take a quiz. We have a writing assignment in the final assignment this week, like the final class. And we only have a couple of weeks to go. So I'm very excited. I really appreciate your time and I hope you make it a great day.